The good, the bad, and the bot, evaluating NPCs as key ingredients of Payday 3's criminal cocktail. Payday 3 is the latest installment in the popular cooperative first-person heist shooter franchise developed by Overkill Software. Teams of up to 4 players don elaborate masks and use an arsenal of weapons to infiltrate high-security locations, neutralizing guards and objections through brute intimidating force or quick stealthy tactics. The core fantasy fulfills power fantasies of organized crime capers that reward cool calculation under pressure. NPCs, non-player characters, are pivotal for bringing these criminal escapades to life. Civilians, security personnel, and other AI-driven characters populate each heist location, reacting to the situation with an appropriate sense of alarm, panic, or protocol. This realism immerses players while upping the stakes of every decision. Carefully managing NPC reactions is often the difference between a smooth covert operation and a volatile firefight. However, the ambitious vision of dynamic NPC behavior has struggled with technical execution. Pathfinding, behavioral scripting, textures and visuals remain uneven in early Payday 3 builds. Still, incremental patches show progress, hinting at the crime sim that might have been. When firing on all cylinders, NPC fidelity pulls players deeply into role-playing high-stakes thefts through the social ecosystem around them. Their every move dictates the crew's success in walking the razor's edge between chaos and fortune. Key improvements to NPC interactions and behaviors. A major thrust of Payday 3's design was enhancing and expanding dynamic NPC interactions to bolster immersion and role-playing during heists. Civilian and guard NPCs now react more realistically to evolving situations based on the player's actions instead of following purely scripted behaviors. For example, civilian character models display appropriate emotions like panic when gunfire erupts, taking cover or complying with player demands. There are also more opportunities for direct player interaction with NPCs compared to previous franchise installments, such as queuing up in line at a bank teller. Specific character NPCs have designated functions that fit their context as well, like a bouncer guarding a nightclub VIP area that serves as an additional mini-objective to get past. On higher difficulties like Overkill mode, even some special elite enemy units may be reconfigured or removed to better match the fictional reality. While the full ambition has yet to be realized, these deliberate improvements aim at maximizing player immersion during the dynamic cause and effect sequences that cascade through each heist. When it works in sync, there is nothing else quite like it, teams feeding off the volatile reactions of the NPC-fueled world around them. The risk and reward balancing act at the core of Payday predicated on the NPCs selling the fantasy that anything could go wrong, or very right. Shortcomings of Payday 3's NPC systems. However, the complex NPC systems powering such dynamic social interactions suffer from familiar and new issues that degrade Payday 3's ambitions. Reddit threads and Steam community forums feature abundant complaints about NPC pathfinding and scripting that lead to visibly awkward behavior like endlessly looping the same animation. Recent patches have attempted to resolve NPC animation glitches, balancing for erratic enemy voice line triggers, and adding ambient sounds for more grounded reactions. But problems persist, especially on higher difficulty modes which demand more. Visually, NPC fidelity also appears uneven at launch, with crude facial textures, unchanged models from previous franchise entries, and other graphical deficits that break immersion. For a game marketing itself on dramatic NPC behavior surrounding players, such visual dissonance carries significant consequences. It lays bare the puppet strings behind each Mallory King's character model designed primarily around functional systems rather than lifelike presentation. While developers make efforts to smooth technical shortcomings, the state of NPC interactions remains the best barometer for Payday 3's feature creep between vision and actuality. There is no masking the potential evident, but plenty of work ahead to realize the full promise. Importance of NPCs for core gameplay. For all the technical troubles, Payday 3's foundation remains rooted in the unpredictable NPC reactions that bring its high-stakes heists to life. The core gameplay loop hinges on observing and manipulating the dynamics of a complex social ecosystem to tip the scales in the crew's favor. In stealth-focused missions, this means carefully tracking NPC vision cones, patrolling routes, and other detection vectors to silently direct the odds. One lapse in judgment can lead to a domino effect of raised alarms, shouts drawing more guards, and the meticulous plan deteriorating rapidly. Equally, in brazen loud heists where chaos already reigns, the number of moving human variables makes adapting on the fly essential. Seeing bank tellers duck for cover to avoid gunfire or hostages break free in the mayhem forces split-second decisions. It inspires players to play off NPC inertia and panic to their advantage. Even diminishing returns from an aging engine cannot mask how intertwined the crew's fate remains with AI behavior surrounding them. The thrill stems from riding the razor's edge of control and unpredictability that reckless NPC ecosystems manifest. Conclusion? Dynamic and reactive NPCs represent the beating heart of Payday 3's criminal fantasy. They serve as variables to read, manage, and manipulate towards scores hanging in the balance between order and chaos. Despite the host of technical issues rooted in aging franchise DNA that belie ambition, their role in bringing an unpredictable human element to elaborate heists remains undisputed. Progress creeps forward, demonstrating the pivotal difference AI behavior makes in selling the cascading consequences of high-risk, high-reward scenarios the series stakes its reputation on. Players may don striking masks and souped-up firepower in their anti-hero power trip, but the most crucial mechanisms of dramatic tension and immersion still hide behind NPC masks all their own. Each crack, improvement, and overhaul to their systems inches Payday closer to fulfilling the incredible potential evident in its complex social ecosystem. But that final hurdle continues lingering just out of reach for now, waiting to be surmounted.